Hey guys, how are you? Elda here. I am just doing some meal prep and I'm kind of crazy for doing this on this really hot day here in San Francisco, but it's meal prep day, so I gotta do it. So I'm making some healthy pumpkin bread, sticking with the pumpkin theme for probably this month and next month probably. So I am gonna start with, I have a 1/3 cup of melted coconut oil in here. I am gonna add 2 eggs. These have been sitting out a tiny bit, but sometimes when you add the cold to the coconut oil, it hardens up. So I might have to put it in the microwave. So I'm gonna put 2 eggs in there. And then I am gonna put, and you all know I don't measure. So I am gonna put, it's 1/2 cup of honey, but I usually use, Happy Thanksgiving, Lori. How are you? Thanks for hopping on. Yes, my family in Canada is having a big old dinner and I am here cooking pumpkin bread. So I'm gonna put about 1/2 cup in there. You can use honey. I usually use maple syrup because I like it better. So I'm just gonna whisk this up, see how it looks. If that coconut oil is kind of crunchy looking, which it is, I'm gonna just put this in the microwave for like 10 seconds real quick. And just kind of get that so it's melted again. Then we are gonna add 1 cup of pumpkin puree. Let's put it in just a little bit longer. Actually, it's not bad. Pretty good. I'll go with it. There's a few little clumps, but that'll be okay. I'm gonna just whisk it here. So I'm gonna add 1 cup of pumpkin puree. This is just about a little over 1/2 of this. So let's add that to it. And then maybe I will put it in there one more time. And then, how are you guys? Thanks for hopping on this Sunday when most of you are watching football. We are gonna add some milk as well. Let me whisk that up. Okay. So I'm gonna add a little over 1/2 of this pumpkin. And remember the pumpkin is not seasoned at all, so you have to season it yourself. It's got a pretty distinct taste, so I like to add my spices in there. So we'll mix that in, and then we're gonna put 1/4 cup of milk. If you are dairy free, use almond milk, coconut milk. I'm gonna use this almond milk that I have. Just 1/4 cup. And then 1½ teaspoons of pumpkin spice blend, which you can buy at any store. Oh, preheat my oven. Get that going. We're gonna put a little vanilla in there. And then, how much of this do we need? We need 1½ teaspoons, and we're gonna add some cinnamon. I add a little extra, because I like it. And since I'm making this, I get to do whatever I want. Okay, now this does not call for a banana, but I have this one banana here that is very mushy. I'm gonna mush it into there. I don't know if it'll work. Maybe just 1/2, I better go with 1/2. And we will mash that up in there. I probably could have used the whole one actually. I'm gonna just throw it all in there because otherwise it won't get used up. I can always throw it in my shake actually, I do that too. Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit of pumpkin, banana. And when they're extra ripe like that, they smush up really easily. Okay, I put my pumpkin spice in. I still have to put my cinnamon. Ciao, Machine. Okay. We're gonna put a little cinnamon in there. Always just estimate. And then in here I have half a teaspoon of salt and I believe it's a teaspoon of baking soda, not baking powder, baking soda, because that makes a difference. Mix all that up, and then we're gonna just add our flour now. I'm gonna use gluten-free flour, but you guys can use whatever flour you normally use, whether it be whole wheat, just plain white. And I just even them out, whatever the recipe calls for. In a regular recipe, I just do the same with my gluten-free flour, which I have pre-mixed in here. So it's 1 3/4, so this is a half a cup. And I'm gonna take out my whisk, because now I'm gonna start folding it in. So there's 1 1/2. And I need 3/4, so we'll go about half of that half. And that's it. And I need some more flour. Oops. I should put an apron on. You think I would have picked that up for my mom. My mom always cooks with an apron, and so does my dad. Okay, so basically we're just gonna mix this up. I'll show it to you in a sec. I'm not sure. Let me see how long we bake this for. For about an hour, but you know how that goes. Just make sure you check it. Put a toothpick in. If it comes out clean, it's ready. And nothing is quite complete without chocolate. So chocolate isn't part of this recipe. You can add it in. You could add walnuts. You could add whatever you wanted to. But I like chocolate, so I'm going to add some of these chocolate chips in there. And because it's a thick batter, sometimes with the thinner batters, all the chocolate chips go to the bottom, but this looks pretty good. So I am just gonna spray my pan here with some coconut oil. And then put it in, and we're gonna bake it for about an hour. And then that will heat up my place nice and good. Good thing I have my little fan. But I think I'm gonna go sit outside for a bit and do some work outside. Okay, flatten it out. And this will be considered one of my treats during the week. We don't call it a cheat because it's a treat. So there you go. I'm gonna throw it in the oven for about an hour, and that's about it. Thank you all for watching. As always, please feel free to share. And I always appreciate your guys' support, so thank you so much. And everyone have a fabulous Sunday. Have a good day.